Hey guys, I guess I'm finally coming back at you for part 4 of this Supernatural Season 7. I can't believe I'm doing so many parts for this one. But I'll go through episode by episode and let you know my thoughts on this. Episode 11, starting this video off, is Adventures in Babysitting. This goes into weeks without Bobby and days and all that, so they're kind of grieving Sam and Dean because of Dick Roman shooting him in the Custer and him not making it. So they're really upset. And Dean's mostly pissed and trying to figure out a way to get Dick Roman, so he just writes and puts stuff on his wall and all that, and posters about Dick and all that, so he's mostly obsessed with Dick Roman and how to beat him. And Sam tells him, like, maybe a few weeks after that, he's like, don't you think we should call Bobby's people and all that? He's like, you can do that, I'm not. And Dean just doesn't want to talk about it, so he just shuts himself out from people to talk to about Bobby and all that, so shuts himself out from talking to Sam about it, mostly. And Bobby's cell rings or whatever, and this chick answers or whatever, and she's like, is this Bobby Singer or whatever? And he's like, no, this is not. And then calls again, and Sam actually traced the call to this chick or whatever somewhere else, and this guy's, her father's like missing, and these two chicks or whatever were responsible for it, which I can get into more detail for it in a little bit. Her name's what's her name? Casey, I think her name is, or something. But yeah, Sam meets her at this hotel that she's staying in or whatever, or motel or whatever. And he's like, I'm the guy that talked to you on the phone. And she's like, you're not Bobby Singer? And she's like, where's Bobby Singer or whatever? And he's like, I'm sorry to tell you this, but he passed away a few weeks ago. But I'm good friends with him, and you can trust me, and I just want to help you. And yada yada yada. She tells him what happened to her dad and all that, how he went missing or whatever, and usually doesn't do this. And Sam's like, okay, I'll just start at the coffee shop and all that. And she's like, I'm coming with you. I'm like, no, I think I'll be good. And then same thing happens to him. He goes missing too. And this chick takes him or whatever. So yeah. And then Dean gets a call from this chick or whatever right when he's at Frank's trying to figure out how to take down Dick Roman and all that. And yeah, Frank tells him, oh, quit the job or whatever. And he's like, no, I don't want to. And he's like, then do what I did. After every hunt, just go out with a smile or whatever. Just smile or something, because you're alive. And you gotta do the smile right. And if you can't, then don't do it. But yeah, that's pretty much what he tells them mostly. To just enjoy being alive, and even though the hunting sucks, just enjoy being alive because you are. So that's actually something good to live by or do or whatever. And yeah, Dean goes looking for Sam and all that, so does the chick the Casey chick or whatever her name is. Christy, I think her name is. Yeah, Christy, that's what her name is. I believe so. I don't know, it's been a while since I've seen the episode, but yeah. Goes to find Sam and her dad, and so does Dean, and yeah, they kind of have this weird relationship or whatever, and he kind of is not trusting her and is like, I don't want you to come with me, you might get hurt. And she's like, I can handle myself, and Dean's like, no, you can't, because I'll be the one to clean up the mess and you'll be the one on the floor mostly. But yeah, they do kill the chicks that took Sam and Dean, that took Sam and Christy's father, and her dad wound it up in the hospital after they saved him. So after they killed the chicks, they told Christy's dad, "Why do you let her hunt in the first place?" And he's like, "Why don't you give up on it and all that? Because you could end up dead, pretty much." And then after that, Christy just fist bumps Dean and all that or whatever, and they're like, "We're so lame." He's like, "Yes, we are." And pretty much that's it, mostly. Episode 11's getting a 4.5 out of 5. Episode 12, Time After Time. This is where this Greek god or something, Kronos, comes in, and they gotta make sure they kill him or whatever, because he, like, kills 3 people and then he can go back in time. And, yeah. This episode was pretty good. Dean actually gets sucked in back in time with Kronos or whatever when they're trying to stop him. And then it explains days before it happens mostly, so they're finding a case about this Kronos guy, that yada yada. But pretty much, he's stuck in the year 1944 something. And right around the time of the World War II thing going on. And gotta find Kronos before he goes back in time again. And yeah, he meets Elliot Ness, and Sam and Jody are the ones that come in the present time and try to get Dean back to his normal time. And the only way he could do that is to trap Kronos, and then he tells Dean his future of what's going to happen to Dean. And yeah, they have to stop him, and Kronos is pretty strong, so kind of kick their ass and almost kill Dean. And then he stabs Kronos with this special stick, and then they go back in time to their present era. Well, actually, Sam stabs him with the stick when they go back in time. Kronos and Dean. When Kronos and Dean go back in time. So Kronos dies, and before he dies, he tells Dean, "You want to know your future? It's covered in black ooze." And he's like, "It's everywhere." And he's like, "They're everywhere." And then he laughs and says, "Enjoy oblivion." And then Dean and Sam depart from Jody, and that's it. This episode's getting a 4.5 out of 5 as well. It's solid. But yeah, it's a solid episode. Episode 13, The Slice Girls. This one's about these Amazons or whatever. So this one I thought was weird. Who try to find some guy or whatever to sleep with or whatever, and then the weirdest part is they're pregnant the next day, and you could see their belly just size up, and I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, this is weird. This one's weird, and Dean is in that same situation. But after the babies are born and they're grown up, their so-called daughters or whatever go after their fathers, who they have no relationship with, and kill them, which is the messed up part. And Dean's on the hit list of his own daughter getting killed. And yeah, even though she kind of fooled him in the beginning, just to invite him in, and just like, "Oh, I escaped from this place and they tortured me and all that." That is a white lie, just to get in, just to fool him and kill him, and take off his arms and legs and all that, and put something on his thing. 2 guys already died from this, and he's gonna be the 3rd. And they do stop his daughter. Well, Sam does, and kills his own daughter. and Dean's like very hesitant on doing it. So yeah, I think this episode's getting a 4.5 out of 5. So it's solid. Episode 14, Plucky's Penny Whistle's Magical Menagerie. Or whatever the fuck it is, I don't care. This is about Sam being afraid of clowns and all that. It shows in the beginning of the episode where he's running away from this clown, and he's just trying to escape from this clown. And he's pretty much getting beaten up by the clown after he closes that garage door or something. Or some door or whatever he goes through. And yeah, it shows after that, after he's getting beat up, it shows hours later or whatever, or 24 hours later or something like that, or 36 hours later, they find this case about someone going missing and getting killed by this imaginary monster or whatever. I think it was a shark. No, it wasn't a shark. They visit the parents, the little girl's house, and talk to the mom about what her husband saw or something. And it was messed up. And the babysitter was there at the time, babysitting or something. The dad or the daughter or something, I don't know. But yeah, after that they go to the Plucky's Penny Whistles, and Dean tells Sam about it after this guy gets killed by a unicorn, which is odd. I'm like, okay, very odd. And Sam just like freezes silently and like, no, never heard of it. But yeah, and Dean's just laughing and like, oh, I can't believe you're still afraid of that. He's like, don't worry, if it bleeds, you can kill it. And that's pretty much what he says. He's like, jeez. And yeah, Sam just investigates at the Plucky's Penny Whistles and tries to talk to the manager about these recent deaths, and shows him the Plucky's thing and how this and that. So pretty much kids draw their own fears or whatever. And yeah. And then this janitor or whatever tells, oh, come after hours or whatever, because there's something I have to tell you. And then he gets killed off by the shark in a ball pit or whatever that he's trying to clean up throw up from. And yeah, after that, later on, Sam gets beaten up by the clown or whatever, and Dean's trying to stop this guy or whatever who's behind it. So yeah. The guy does die by his little brother that he sees as a spirit that comes to kill him. And he just drowns in his own water or whatever, and just spits out water. And is just drowning like he's been in the water or something. So yeah, this episode's getting a 4.5 out of 5. At the end of it, it shows Sam holding a clown thing or whatever, and then he just tosses it out because he thinks he's done with being afraid of clowns, but he's not. He just throws it out the window. It's like, fuck this. So I'm giving that episode a 4.5 out of 5. Unfortunately, I guess I'll have to come back at you for another part for this video, so stay tuned for the next video. For the rest of the Supernatural episodes, whatever I can fit in. So I'll see you in the next video.